Right, welcome back. Hi everyone. So this video I want to show you the Rain.fi platform, and I showed you this platform before because this is a multi-step platform that offers different products for different needs. So before I showed you the leverage part on how to do the margin swap, right? And as you remember on a platform, if you watched the video and then followed the comments section, I showed you that we made a fairly nice profit in percentages, right? But the borrowing part on the Rain.fi is also really cool because there are certain situations when you have some sort of a coin. This could be a meme coin, some sort of a lower market cap coin that you simply hold on your wallet because you want to have exposure to it, but they are not supported by the biggest lending and borrowing protocols, right? So what to do in that case if you really want to borrow some USDC to buy something, to invest somewhere, etc., and you don't want to be selling your asset, right? Your meme coin, your utility coin, whatever it may be, like low cap coin. So what to do? So Rain.fi will most likely gonna support that coin. It lets you borrow in USDC or Solana, doesn't matter. In most cases it's gonna be Solana, but then you can swap back to USDC, right? And they let you borrow in limited time loans, but you can collateralize almost anything that they support. And they support a lot of different coins. So for example, one of the greatest example that I can show you is in my wallet I have some leftover tuna coins from the airdrop. Can't exactly remember how it came to my wallet, specifically this amount, but I just have them in my wallet, and I mean they are now worth about $450, right? And I don't want to be selling them because I have a big allocation in tuna privately from way back. I've been using DeFi tuna for pretty much since they launched. So I believe this is the airdrop for one of the wallets because I always use multi-wallets for everything. So I don't want to be selling these tuna coins, but I also don't want to be exposed just by holding them. And I would love to borrow some capital when the market is down and do something with that money to get myself additional profits, right? So this is the best way that Rain.fi works because I can collateralize my tuna. I can collateralize, I see I have pump at $24, right? Or any other coin. These are the Trump coin. Jupiter, of course, is available almost everywhere, but still you have a lot of different coins. You can borrow against your Camino holdings, Huma Finance, ApeCoin, Pengu, Bonk, anything that is a bit of a more well-known project in Solana, they will support it. So you can find a lot of different coins here, and they're constantly adding new ones that you can leave as collateral and borrow capital against them, even though they are not supported by the biggest lending and borrowing provisions like Camino, like Safe.finance, etc. on Solana. So let's say I want to use tuna as collateral, right? Let's say I want to collateralize, I don't know, 2.5k worth of tuna, and I can borrow USDC, I can borrow Solana, whatever else, and they let me borrow up to $222 when I leave $248 as collateral. And this is all of the loan providers, because the way it works is essentially other people can lend you money, right? So other people, including you and me, if you have bigger capitals, you can create yourself a vault, right? You can create a vault, deploy capital into that vault, and simply offer loans to other people. So it's like peer-to-peer almost, but it's all handled by the Rain.fi smart contracts. So for example, you can see that this guy, is offering very high LTV ratio, which is pretty much 90%, right? You collateralize 248 of really volatile asset, you get to borrow 222, but that loan is only for 1 day, so keep this in mind, and you will be paying 83 cents in interest, okay? But that's for only for 1 day, so you may want to be actually giving yourself some more time, right? So then you have this one for 9 days, but they will be giving you 66% LTV ratio. So you supply 248, you get 162, 163 pretty much. But this money will be for 9 days, and it's always changing. You have to find other deals for 9 days, and you will be paying 153 in interest. Okay, you can scroll down and see whatever else you can find. For example, this guy is giving you 0.7 Solanas, which is 153 for 9 days with pretty much no interest, right? Another guy is giving you this and that, this and that. So I mean, you can find all of the deals. The best deal is this one, 90% LTV ratio, but you only get to borrow for 1 day. So you will have to return in 1 day this loan to get your 2.5k tuna back. So this is a very important thing to remember and understand, that these are the time limited loans. If you don't repay it on time, then essentially you will have to they will have to sell part of your tuna, or you can extend the loan, but you will be paying different amounts, different interest, etc. So let's try to borrow now, right? For example, let's try to borrow, let's do this one, yeah, because I will borrow and repay right away. So I want to collateralize 2.5k tuna, I will get 222. Let's click on borrow. As you can see, yeah, we can redo it, but in most cases you can just go through that message, yeah. But if you see this message is much better, but in most cases the previous one works anyway. So you send 2.5 tuna, you get USDC, click on confirm. The transaction is, wow, that was a big sound. It is now went through, as you can see. And now if you go to your profile, you will see this loan. If you click on it, you will see that you collateralized 250 worth of tuna. Your loan amount is 222, and this is your collateral value. Okay, so this is basically how much you left. So you are still up from the loan amount, which is good. If your collateral value drops, you have to react as well. And then essentially you have fund date, which is ongoing in 1 day. So it means that tomorrow, in exactly 24 hours, I have to return this amount of money plus interest to get back my collateral value. Okay, so this could work well in my favor if tuna, for example, decides to go up, and then essentially this will be much a higher amount. I will be repaying lower amount, but if I made any profit with this borrowed capital, this is an extra bonus of profits for me. But now I can use my 222 anywhere in DeFi, whatever else it may be, gambling, I don't know, buying a good expensive lunch or dinner, doesn't matter, but I have to repay that in 24 hours. Okay, so this is like a quick access to cash by leaving a very risky volatile asset as collateral. Then you can click on this market sell, so you can quickly sell the position of your collateral, right, and essentially keep the USDC, for example, if you want, or they will do it for you if you fail to repay. Or you click on repay, so you want to be repaying 222, pay back early, pay less, yeah, it makes sense. So now I can repay all of this loan. Let's click on that. As you can see, I'm getting back my tuna, I am repaying my loan, and I get a little bit of fees back to, from Solana renting accounts. Repayment successful, I repay the amount, Now I don't have any active loans, and essentially I got, as you can see, all of my tuna back. So this is Reno DeFi and how it works using the borrowing while collateralizing fairly risky assets.